What's up, everyone? This is the Next Take podcast with Mikel and
Tanyka.
we're conversations on different topics. So on today's episode, normally we do our monthly Netflix uh review or what we watch in during the month, but that will change because we changed the name of the segment to Screen Take. So it's gonna be called Screen Take from now on. No longer will be called Netflix monthly series. It's gonna be called Screen Take. So we talk about, because it's easier for us to just talk about like everything and not just Netflix shows.
Mhm.
So like stuff that we saw in the movie theater, stuff that we saw in different streaming platforms, or stuff we saw in in those um bootleg malls, but
Cable,
otherwise than that,
if we still have cable.
yeah, I know that too,
Yeah.
cable as well. So, uh, yeah, uh, that's why we changed it. So just to generalize it, and so it doesn't have to be just one only streaming service that we just watch from. So, yeah, okay. Do you like to say anything, Tanika?
Um, no, I mean, I think you covered all of the stuff at the beginning.
Okay. All right. Would you like to begin or
Yeah, I can
yours
go
on?
first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Um, I didn't watch as much this month.
Uh-huh.
There's still stuff that I'm still in the middle of watching, so I'll just kind of mention those. I've gone to thus far, but I'll focus on the ones I did finish. So I watched the Cat Williams most recent um comedy, stand-up comedy act that he did. I think it was from 20, yeah, it came out in 2026, but I think he filmed it in 2025. It's called The Last Report. Um, I thought it was hilarious. I think Cat Williams is one of the funny ones. Um, it's been a while since I've actually watched a full act of his in a long time.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So it was, kind of nice to see him at it again. I know he's done other specials, but I clearly missed them.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So I thought he was hilarious. I was actually laughing from pretty much the beginning to the end. Um, you know, he covered everything,
Yeah.
politics,
Yeah.
relationships, the
Yeah.
whole thing. So it was good. I recommend it. I thought it was funny.
Uh-huh.
Um, I'm gonna save that one for last. Oh, there's one I missed here that I talk about? No, I did. I think I did talk about the Mike Epps one that I watched. I think I talked about last time.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I'll leave that. Okay. The
Right.
next the next one that I watched, this was kind of more like a forensic files
Mhm.
type show. Um, Except it's kind of like a longer form forensic files, a more modernized forensic files. And it's called Forensic Factor, A New
Mhm.
Era. This is actually a Crave original that I watched on Netflix. Um,
Nice.
so that was interesting. It's 2 seasons. Um, Seasons each is about 5 or 6 episodes.
Uh-huh.
Um, I thought it was great. It was kind of nice to have like a longer form because I love forensic files.
Right.
Grew up with forensic files. However,
Mhm. Mhm.
I do think like a show like this, it's more like 45 minutes to an hour. It's able to really get into the nitty-gritty of what they do to solve a crime. And I will talk about one in particular because when I started watching this episode on the Forensic Factor one, I immediately remembered this was one that I watched on Forensic Files, like
Mhm.
immediately. And it's one that ever since I heard it on Forensic Files, It's one that I don't think I've ever forgotten and has stayed with me since I was a teenager.
Uh-huh.
So I'll just kind of go into like the generally. It's basically about uh, a car being found. It was on fire. Police, found a body in there. It was actually just the torso, which,
Right.
if anyone knows anything about um, fires and bodies, that doesn't typically happen.
Uh-huh.
You're not going to burn up completely in like a fire, like a house fire, car fire, anything like that, because it's not hot enough. So this is
Yeah.
what they found. They assume the person who is dead in the car is the owner of the car. And it was a man, and it doesn't matter what his name is. We'll get to him.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
What the police found interesting, which they actually didn't talk about in forensic files as much, is that his mother was there on the scene
Uh-huh.
before they even have ID'd the person, before they have, because they haven't ID'd the person. So they can't even tell a family, oh, by the way, right?
Right.
They suspect, but they don't know for sure because they've only based the car is owned by this person, but they do not know if it's the person in the car. So
Right.
they found it interesting that the mother was there being like, that's my son, that's my son. Because how do you know that? It's like within 45 minutes of police arriving on the scene. Like that doesn't happen. Wife, he's married. Wife is, and kind of what they tell her, is acting a little strange. Not acting remorse, like she's in, mourning or um, that she's sad in any way. I think
Right.
if anyone's partner is potentially dead somewhere, you're gonna freak out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's all kind of happening. And it was kind of at this point that I'm starting to think, wait a minute, I know the story. This is the story that has haunted me. Um, so basically, to kind of fast forward a little bit, they end up IDing the body because they're like, something's not right here. The wife is trying to cash out on the insurance so soon before they have even again ID'd the body. Thankfully, the adjuster in charge of this was like, we're not going to give you the payout until the ID of the body has been positively identified as the owner of the policy. So she's like urging the police, ID him, ID him, ID him, because like she quote unquote can't survive. So they finally do, and they find out that the body in the vehicle is that of a woman, and they're like, okay, who's the woman? Because they don't know who this woman is. Another fact of this was when they found the body, they thought they saw something that looked like um, a genitalia of a male genitalia, and it's like again in a fire, even a car or house fire. If you're dead, your genitalia isn't gonna still be there. Sorry, guys, like it's just not gonna be there. It's not bone in the same sense of the rest of you. It's not muscle in the same sense. It's going to be one of the first things that is probably going to burn up if all we have left is a torso, right?
Uh-huh.
So they're like, okay, who is this person? Because now we're starting to think, could he be on the lam? And maybe they could have killed somebody, right?
Uh-huh.
So they try to get some more answers. Wife is being evasive, saying things to her children like, "Remember, daddy's gone," and saying things like that, which is also weird. Why would you say that to your children unless they already know this, right? They find out that the wife starts dating a new guy, about 9 months later, um, who closely resembles her husband, like, eerily, like he's come back from the dead type situation. The only difference is that the boyfriend has brown hair, whereas the husband had like a blondish, reddish type look to his hair. Otherwise, it's the same person.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So the police find out that they're at like a McDonald's or something, and they arrest both of them. wife is like, "Why are you arresting him? He's just my boyfriend. He has nothing to do with this, blah, blah, blah." Boyfriend gives it all up, quote unquote boyfriend gives it all up and says, "I am the husband. I am alive, whatever, whatever." So I'm like, "Okay, you're here. Who
uh,
was in the car? Like, who was that?" And they ended up finding out that, or they were told, "Well, we had this bright idea that we needed some money." 'Cause he was like he wasn't innocent. He had been known by police. He was, like, into drugs and all that kinda thing, whether selling it or using it, I can't remember, but drugs nonetheless. So he was known,
uh,
but he's like, "Well, we needed some money." So we had a bright idea that if we were to pretend that I'm dead, fake my death, we can get an insurance payout, make some money, and all's golden type situation, right? Okay. Lose the body, though. And this is where it gets dark, and this is the part that has always haunted me ever since. Because I can't imagine the family, and if this were to happen to my family. They ended up going to, um, a graveyard, and this graveyard apparently is very secluded, there's not a lot of foot traffic, especially at night. So, they went there, found that there was a grave that was freshly, you know, done, a woman that had just recently passed. And, they dug her up like freaking Ed Gein and, stuck her body in the car, lit it on fire, and there was nothing left of her except for the torso. And in this version of the show, they were kinda going a little bit more deeper on, like, the interrogations and stuff like that, 'cause and usually you don't hear a lot about interrogations in the forensic files. And, they're kind of like, "Well, she's dead anyway, so what's the harm?"
uh,
The harm is that this was someone's loved one, and apparently she was a very sweet older lady. She, again, had just recently passed. She, lived in a retirement home, like, she was in her 80s, I believe, and, yeah, like, she has family, she has friends that potentially for that year were going and visiting her grave, not realizing that she's not there. Because when they opened up her casket, there's no one there, and that's horrific. The thing that they didn't mention in the forensic factor that they mentioned in forensic files that I wish they still had mentioned it here just to kind of give a little bit of the reality of this and the part for me that always hit me and has always lasted for me. This woman, I guess, in her will or her request was to not be cremated. She wanted to be buried. The reason she wanted to be not cremated was because she was afraid of fire.
uh,
And she did not want to be cremated for that reason. She wanted to be buried
uh,
because she was afraid of fire.
mm,
Ultimately, she was put in a fire in her death. And that part always really hit me because I always have like this vision of this poor woman soul watching her body in a fire and being terrified. It always, that hit me. And again, I was young when I first watched this episode of, I don't know, 16.
uh, uh,
Um, and I hadn't watched anything pertaining to this case or hearing about anything pertaining to this case, um, ever since, except for when I watched it more recently. And I'm just like, oh, this is it. And when they showed her picture, I just started crying because I'm like, I picture my grandmother. And it's
uh,
just like, who does that? Um, ultimately, though, they did get, I think, 20 years or 20, 25 years. They're both out. They're both out of prison, and that angers me a little bit, to be totally honest. Yes, no one was necessarily physically hurt in all of this. I hear that, but you guys were crazy and no remorse. It was insane. But that's like one case, and there's other cases that are even. more crazy than that. And
Uh-huh.
there is one that's like it's not necessarily a crime, and that one was very interesting. I hate to say interesting, but it was interesting. But nonetheless, that's Friends Factor. 2 seasons. And then the other one that I watched that I won't get too far into here is Reality Check,
Uh-huh.
America's Next Top Model.
Mhm.
Listen, everyone's talking about it. It's the talk of the town right now. I'm sure you never watched America's Next Top Model. Um, but
That's probably the first season,
oh really? Okay.
one
I'm shocked by
episode.
that.
What's the one with probably Tyra Banks? That
Well,
was
Tyra Banks was a part of it for the entire, for the most part, the entirety
was
of
she
the show.
wasn't she a model or something at one point
No,
in the
no,
first
she
season?
was like a
The judge?
judge. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay, never mind.
yeah,
Then
yeah.
yeah, I was probably like one episode in one season. I was like,
Mhm.
not for me.
No, I wouldn't. I'm surprised you even watched one episode because
Uh,
you know that definitely was not for you.
uh, uh,
Um, but I did. I watched, for the most part. I think I watched almost every season. Kind of when I look when they show kind of clips of as they were going through the quote unquote cycles or seasons, if as you call them, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember. So I realized I watched more than I remembered.
uh-huh, uh-huh.
I think I stopped watching when the Jays and Nigel stopped or were ultimately fired.
Right.
I think that's when I stopped because I absolutely adored Jay and Miss J and Nigel. And with them gone, what am I left with? Janice? No, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Tyra? I don't like Tyra. I do not listen, I've been screaming from the rooftops. No one wanted to listen to me. I told y'all Tyra was freaking garbage. I've been saying it. I've never liked Tyra Banks. Never. And this documentary proved exactly why I didn't like her. No accountability. It kept you know, well, it was the time, or well, it wasn't this, or it wasn't that. Oh, I feel bad about this, but like, no, shut the up, Tyra. Like, listen, yes, I watched the show, and I honestly, I can't even remember how I felt because again, the show started in 2000, I think 2, so I was young, whatever.
Uh,
But some of the things, like, I watch back and I'm like, okay, yeah, I remember this, but I don't remember how I felt about it. Like, I don't that part of it for me, it's like, I wish I could remember how I felt about this. But, yeah, I personally couldn't get enough of this documentary. I do understand people kinda talking about Jay Manuel, not kind
right.
of having a lot of accountability on his part.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I still wanna give him a little bit of grace. I wanna give all of them, the 3 of them, except for Tyra. I wanna and well, only the 3 of them. I'm gonna give them as much grace as I possibly can. Um, but I do understand what people are saying and, some things were unnecessary and yeah. But
Mhm.
I won't dig too much deeper into it just because I actually am planning to talk about this on my other podcasts with a friend of mine. So
Uh-huh.
if anyone is interested, once it drops, I'll let people know. But um,
Okay.
if you're interested, you can head on over to my other podcast where I'll talk more in depth about it. I don't want to bore Mikkel too much on the stuff that
That's
he's not seen. Um, but I will say the documentary is good.
uh-huh.
I recommend it for those people who definitely watched America's Next Top Model, or even those people who didn't, to kind of just have the understanding of what the modeling industry is like and can be like,
Uh-huh.
and just especially back then, the unrealistic expectations of women. So I think that's really good part about it. There is another documentary coming out too on E, which I'm planning on watching. Um, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but it's like I think a 3 or 4-parter one that they're doing. It's not just for Top Model. They're also doing it for Dr. Phil, which I'll definitely be watching that.
Uh-huh.
There's another one that they're doing, others that are doing that I never watched that show, but those 2 for sure I'll be watching. and I think it starts in March, and I think it runs through the entire month of March, whatever
Okay.
day it is. So if anyone's interested in that too, I'll I'll maybe talk about that in March if I can get my hands on it. Um, but yeah, that's basically the main things that I've watched. I'm currently going through the Gordon Ramsay documentary, which I'm like 10 minutes
Mm,
in and I'm loving it already because it's Gordon Ramsay. Um, I'm watching, obviously, I've been going through Love is Blind. Um, what else? This other one on Disney called, it's Hulu, but Death in the Dorms, which is, I think, also another two-season one. That one is really interesting as well. Again, I hate to say interesting, but it's sad. It's actually very, very, very
mm,
sad.
mhm.
Um, and yeah, I mean, I think I've covered the ones that I'm currently watching. So yeah,
That's
you're
cool.
next.
Alright, alright, alright. So, let me just get this set up. Okay, I'm just gonna check my letterbox.
Mhm.
Alright. Um, let's see. Okay, so I only watched just, like, 2 actually 1.5.
Okay.
Um, and then the one that just happened recently as well too, so, like the only one I saw was just, like, Wonder Man, and that's a Marvel, uh, Studios, TV series, so Marvel, television, uh, TV series, and it's called, yeah, Wonder Man. If you guys as you guys know, he's a superhero. Uh, so he was born to basically play this role, but the spotlight was uh, reveals everything. So Simon and Trevor, two actors at opposite ends of their careers, chase lives, changing roles. So if you watch Iron Man 3, uh, the Mandarin's in this. Do you know the Mandarin?
Um, Most likely. If it's who
He,
I think you mean,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, he's in this. And
Yeah, I think I heard you talk about that, yeah.
yeah, yeah, and the main actor who plays, uh, oh geez, I just can't pronounce his name. I think you would know who he is. Uh, is Yaya Abdul Mateen?
Okay.
If I think
Name
if
doesn't
you
sound familiar, but
it doesn't sound familiar, but
mm-mm.
if you have seen you'll see his face, you know who he is.
Okay.
And then basically uh the actor that played the Mandarin in Iron Man 3,
Mm,
Trevor, his name is Kingsley.
mm,
So but yeah, basically great show. Uh a lot of people was having controversy because like in the comics the basically he's a white superhero, but they kind of race swapped him, like everybody said. But this is okay because I don't think Wonder Man is a very like popular superhero like an Iron Man or Captain America
mhm,
or Spider Man, etc.
mhm,
in the Marvel cinematic universe. So it's okay. It's it's okay to you know race swap a hero like this. So yeah, it was really good. It really dived into like a little bit of mental health, and then dived into a little bit of like middle class uh black family, and how he struggles with his superpowers, etc. And um and then both like Wonder Man and or Simon and Trevor basically have a great relationship in this series. So it was pretty good. So and I seriously would recommend it. It's available on Disney Plus. And yeah, yeah. So the second show I watched, I just recently watched it, the first 3 episodes. Basically, Heated Rivalry,
Mhm.
right? You watched it, you
I did.
talked
I
about it.
talked about it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not well, if you wanna listen to her, description of it, you can listen to her description of it
Yeah.
on
I think I did it I think it was
past
in
episode, but
January.
yeah, I'm just gonna just do a little quick, you know, summary. It's a good show. It's a good show,
Mhm.
but it relies too much on the sex scenes too much. Then
I
I've
think
seen
you've
3
missed the point completely, though.
no, no, listen to me, listen.
Okay.
It's I
That's the
understand
part
it.
that
I
people love,
watch
but okay.
oh, yeah, I know people loved it. I know, I know. I spoke to my brother I spoke to my brother about it. He was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm surprised." And it's like, yeah, I one thing about me, I do not like Hollywood sex scenes. I cringe on every single one of them, and every single time
Why do
when I watch
you think
lis
what makes this Hollywood? I'm just curious, like, what makes
yeah,
you think it's
it is
Hollywood type sex scenes, or is it just because you're just generalizing just sex scenes in any form of, like, media?
every form
Okay,
of media, every form of media.
okay.
Doesn't matter what it is. I told my brother that. I told him. He's like,
Then
he
this was
laughed
not
at
the
it.
show for you.
No, no. I said I liked the. I said it's good. I
Okay,
said the first 3 episodes were good, but
okay.
I think it just relies a little bit three too too heavy towards the sex scenes. But I will continue to watch it. Maybe, it gets. But I think I
It's
know where it's.
not in that sense, if that's what you are
I
expecting.
think I know where it's going, cause like
Where do you
I know.
think
I
it's
think
going?
the
I won't
2
say
the
anything, but I was
okay,
curious.
like, I don't want this is might be a spoiler alert, but, like, I
Mm,
think I
everyone's been watching at this point, it's fine, but I won't spoil
uh,
you. Go ahead.
but people who haven't watched it, like me, like, that haven't watched it finished it
But
yet.
I'm not gonna spoil you, so just
Yeah.
tell me what you think.
Yeah, yeah. I think 'cause what I due time, they're gonna get exposed because 'cause they're both on opposite teams, and
Mhm.
that's technically not allowed. Well, I wouldn't
Well,
say it's not allowed, but
mhm.
it's looked at as like, other teammates as bad, right? That's a
No, it's
bad thing
maybe
to
more, ethical unethical, I guess, or
yeah, cause like,
yeah.
if you have a relationship with your rivalry, right, you teammates look at that like, "Oh, you're sharing information about how we win, how we lose, etcetera." It seems like a scandal, right, in a way.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
I
I think
think I
that's the
know
least
where
of the concerns, but sure.
yeah, well, yeah, I think that's where it's going. The other thing too, I actually like the first episode because it reminds me when the
The
first
sorry, the what?
no, no, the pilot episode, sorry, the pilot
Okay,
episode. It
okay.
reminds me of when one of the I can't remember the first NHL, gay player that came out of the shell.
Mhm,
Towards the end of that, that's what it reminds me of,
mhm.
but, like, that was a great moment on how he did it. He got, he saw he won he won the cup, then he was looking for his boyfriend, right, in the crowd,
You're
and
saying
then
the first
basically
episode?
that's the pilot episode. It was episode
The first episode?
it was the first episode because I saw a pilot, it said episode 0.
That sounds like it might have been a trailer,
It might have been
because the scene you're talking about does not happen until, I believe, the end of the 5th episode, and you're not even there yet.
and then the 5th episode.
Mhm,
Interesting, okay, alright,
mhm.
okay.
'Cause I'm assuming, have you seen the other storyline yet with, I think his name was Kit and, uh, the guy that's plays in from New York. Have you seen their storyline yet? I can't
I
remember which
haven't seen their
episode that is.
storyline, I haven't seen their storyline.
Okay, so you haven't even met their characters yet, and you're talking about a scene that hasn't even happened yet. So I think you might have watched something
Okay.
that
Okay.
spoiled you.
I thought it was like
No, you got spoiled.
a
You might be on the
so
second episode.
that's fine. That's fine. That's
You
fine.
might be on the second episode.
Uh yeah. Okay. So that's fine. That's fine. But that was awesome. That was awesome. That was a great like
Yes, but imagine when you actually see their storyline and then see
yeah.
that scene play
Yeah.
out. It's
That
even
was
better.
awesome.
Yeah.
Uh yeah. So I just first saw the first two. When I saw those first two episodes, I think it was Rookie and then Olympian. Is it Olympian or Olympics?
So when they went to the Olympics in, I think, Russia, right?
Yeah, 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 Russia,
Yeah,
North.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah. So
saw
yeah,
those. Yeah. Yeah, those
you've
2.
only seen that episode.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, so
the
you still got a ways to go.
and then
Yeah, because that whole Russia, the Olympics
uh-huh.
storyline comes back in I think it's the next episode, but it might be even the 4th episode.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
storyline comes back, so you still got a
Yeah,
ways to
yeah.
go.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I said, I just the first I'm just like it was heavy on the really heavy on the families, but
But can
like
I say something to that
yeah,
though?
yeah.
And again, I'm not a gay person.
Yeah, 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 I'm not.
I'm heterosexual, but I do
Yeah.
listen to a podcast where they did
Mhm.
talk about the show, and they are
Yep,
2 gay men.
yep.
Um, they, from what I understand within the gay community,
Mhm,
when it comes to men's sexuality and being free with their sexuality, that
mhm.
is very accurate to what it is. So even though it may be a lot for you, which for me it doesn't bother me, like whatever, sex is sex, I don't
I
care.
eh,
Um,
eh, it's
but it is realistic to what the community is like. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, of
mhm,
course.
mhm.
I can understand the maybe you're uncomfortable with it, which is also understandable.
It
Not uncomfortable with them, that's what I mean. Just
no.
uncomfortable with sex being presented in any form,
Mhm.
in a, you know,
It's
movie or
just like
show. Maybe that's where it comes from for you, but I do know, like, this is fairly realistic.
mhm.
Um,
It's
yeah.
it's just like I don't like I when I'm watching like series in general or like any type of movies, a lot of the movies don't rely too much on the sexy.
That
I will see
this
a
is not
couple.
that show.
No, I understand. I understand that like you're expressing your sexuality, etc. And I feel like maybe yeah, I'm gonna understand there's gonna be sex scenes and it's cool, but like
Mhm.
when it's like relying too much, then it's just like, oh, okay, all right, cool, cool.
Remember, this
Uh,
also is
yeah.
based off a
So
book.
it's
So I'm going
oh,
to imagine that this is fairly close to the book. I've read
oh,
the
okay,
book. So
okay,
that's the thing.
okay,
It's not like they're coming out of this out of the clear blue sky.
okay.
But
Is this a popular book as well?
I think it's been popularized more
Like
since the show came
house
out, but
made? Oh,
it's
okay,
but it is
okay.
a book that's been around for a while.
Oh,
Um,
so it's been popular, so it's popular now.
I mean, it doesn't matter whether it's popular now or popular then or not popular then and
Yeah,
popular
yeah.
now. It doesn't matter. It is still based off a book. So I
Okay.
think like that's it's not just coming out of nowhere. These sex scenes. Um, but again, it's I don't know. You're it's fair for you to feel uncomfortable in general about sex scenes and whatever. For me, I don't care. I think sex, like I said, sex is sex.
Yeah, yeah.
Normal, people do it,
Uh,
whatever.
Hollywood.
So,
I feel like Hollywood does it too cringy for me. Like there's too
but
much.
from what I
There's
understand,
yeah.
because again, we cannot speak on what gay sex is like. We aren't.
I'm talking about all
Yeah, but
no
you can't. But
hetero
you're basing
hetero.
that off of your own experiences,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
Um, I, I don't think everything is necessarily unrealistic because everyone's experiences in sex is different. Um, so what may be foreign for you may not be foreign to somebody else.
I listen. I understand that, but
Yeah.
I just it's just my opinion. Just like
I think
I'm not.
Hollywood bases things off of some realism with
Mm,
sex.
mm,
And highly
mm,
but
mm.
I disagree with you. I've seen I mean, not to go into details, I'm not gonna go into details,
Yeah,
but
there's some bad ones.
mirror I've seen things that I've done in sex play out in a movie or a TV show or
Mm.
whatever.
I
It
just
is what it is. People
I s-
have
uh,
maybe you're a little bit more vanilla, and
no,
that's
it's not
okay
that.
too.
It's not that. It's just like when I see some bad, like I seen a well, some bad ones. There's been like a couple of routines that like that revolves around the story. That makes sense, but like I just like you know I'm not so used to much of like that. Like when it comes to like a story, it's in a movie, it's the story.
So
But
is
like
it
when it
because
comes,
the sex scenes in this show are coming out of the clear blue sky for you and you don't like
yeah,
you
it's coming
can't
up.
marry the
At a
story
bit.
along with
It's
that?
basically yeah. It's basically it's
Okay,
just
but I
coming out.
do think then you do need to maybe, to your comfort level, educate yourself on what gay sex is like, and what sex looks like between gay men. Because for me, just kind of knowing the little bit that I know, that is normal for the gay community to
Okay.
have sex come out of absolutely nowhere because we're all sexual beings. And
Okay.
I think honestly gay men are a little bit more freer with their sexuality behind closed doors than
Mhm.
others are. So
Okay.
the casual aspects of it in the beginning and all of that, that's totally normal.
Okay.
Eyeing each other across the way in a shower, that's normal.
Mhm.
So um try to take your straight mind out of it for a second.
Oh no 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 no
No,
no.
no, no,
Let's
no, no.
that has
I'm not saying that to
listen
be bitchy. I'm just
listen.
saying no, 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 no. Don't take what I just said
Go
in the
ahead.
wrong way. I'm saying this to help you get through the show. Take that
It's
out of it and try to be open-minded to what you're watching. That's it.
listen. I have watched a lot of movies that's that it's like that romantic movies. I have watched a lot of like romance or romance as a subgenre as well, right?
Okay.
Usually the story the romance and it doesn't rely too much on the sex. Yes, there's going to be a sex scene, right? Yes, at times it's going to be cringy,
But this
right?
is not a romance show. Not initially. It is
Mm,
not a romance show
mm.
initially. Where do you see the romance in the 2 episodes you've just watched? Because again, the episode you just mentioned has not happened yet. So take that out for a second because that actually has not happened.
This is not a subgenre of romance. You don't think so?
Not initially. And I don't
Hmm.
want to say anything more than that because then I'll be giving it away. Um, so
Mm.
initially,
It's sports.
it's not about a romance between these 2 characters because for them it is casual.
Yeah, this has I feel this has romance,
Not yet.
sports, drama in it, in my
No,
opinion.
no, no. The romance does not set in yet. You follow the story. The romance does not again, I'm trying not to
I
say
mean,
without
overall,
spoiling it.
as a series, I'm not talking about just like the first 2 episodes. I'm
Y
talking about the
Yeah, but
overall.
you haven't
It's
gotten there yet.
it basically says in the description
But
on Google
ok
romance.
ok okay, because it gets there. So I'm going based off of the episodes you've just watched,
Uh-huh.
not the episodes that you have not
I'm
yet watched. I
I'm
know
talking.
what happens,
Okay.
but you
I'm
don't.
I understand that, but that's basically the whole time. I already know coming in what it's going to be about. My brother told me it was going to be. He told me it was romance. And I was like, okay, cool. All right,
It
I'll watch it.
yeah,
But
because it gets there. But
okay,
here's what I'll say.
okay,
I
go
think your
ahead.
brother should not have told you it's romance at the jump because it does get there. But he's giving away what's gonna happen because
It's I already know what
but
it is.
you know
I
because
saw
of what you're
he told me
seeing and
saw a
he told you as well.
I saw a trailer. Okay, this is romance basically.
The initial trailer did not tell me nothing about romance.
Oh,
For me, it was telling me about self-discovery initially. and you're hoping that that self-discovery can lead to a romance. But you don't know if it's actually going to lead to a romance or not until you watch the show. And you watch it all the way through and you kind of start to see, oh, okay, I'm starting to see that these two people are starting to stop ignoring the feelings that they are developing for each other. But that doesn't happen until, I don't know, 4th or 5th episode.
Okay.
'Cause
I
that's what
just
I'm trying to
I
get at,
Well,
is
I understand. I understand. I haven't seen it, but like I haven't understand what you're trying to say. But coming from what I've seen so far, it's basically, even if it's like from a book, it's basically
okay, well,
it's
if
gonna
you
be
also heard
romance.
what I said, I
Yeah.
did say, "Not yet." So, clearly, me saying "not yet" means that, yes, it is going to get there. But I was trying to not spoil that for your
It's
experience of
not
watching the
it's
show.
not it's not spoiling
O
anything for me.
okay.
I'm coming in the show. I know what I'm gonna be watching. I'm like, okay. I'm always thinking that when I'm watching a Marvel movie, I'm coming in and watching a superhero movie. I know what I'm gonna be watching. You
Okay,
know,
but if
like
you're
I
watching a
know.
superhero movie is general.
Okay.
You don't know what
Mm,
it's necessarily gonna be about unless you've read the comics and you already know what's gonna happen. Or if you're reading a book that the
Yeah, but
movie's adapted from, you already know what's gonna
yeah.
happen as you're going in.
I'm not gonna know what's gonna happen, but I know what genre I'm watching, right? So like, okay, when I'm coming out, I'm like, I gotta look at it differently than a superhero movie, right? I can't look at Heat Rivalry like I'm looking at a superhero movie. No, I can't do that,
Okay,
right?
well, again, I'm also allowed
Yeah,
to say at the
it's not.
point of where
Yeah.
you're at that it's
Hmm.
not yet a romance
Hmm.
and that it does get to that. I'm allowed to say that because, again, I too watched the show and my perspective is it was not yet a romance. It was about self-discovery on Shane's part, especially because he is still the one that was,
Yeah,
um,
I would say that yes. The
yeah,
first two episodes, yes, but
it was about casual
I
sex, figuring himself
yeah.
out, and that's kind of that. It
Yeah, but
doesn't get to that point. Honestly, it doesn't even get to that point between Shane and Ilya. The romance does not start with them, in my honest opinion. It ends with them, but it doesn't start with them. So that's why I'm like, at the point you're
uh,
at, you're not quite there yet. But I hear what
okay,
you're saying that
okay,
generally, yes, the genre is
okay,
romance. But
okay.
I'm just
I'm
saying at the point you're at, you're not there yet. So that's why I
okay,
said
okay,
not yet.
okay.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, but yeah, technically, yeah, yeah, okay. But yeah, otherwise, I have, like I said, I have no complaints. I just like, you know, as a straight man, I have no problem. Like I have seen a couple gay scenes. I've seen it in superhero movies as well. I've seen it in a couple Marvel movies. There's one in Endgame. That's the one. But it was like a
I can't
small
remember
scene.
that.
It was like a small scene,
That's
right?
probably why I don't remember
But
it.
it wasn't like too much kissing or anything. That was just basically, I think it was
Between who?
holding hands. I don't know who it was, but it was
Oh,
some
okay.
like, can't remember. And then it was another movie. Let me see. I just had to check my letterbox which movie it was because I can't rem remember what it was. I just checked the MCU. Have you seen ATL?
ATL, like
Like,
with
was like
TI?
no, no, no. With
Okay. No.
Childish Gambino and
No, I don't think so.
okay, all right, give me a second. Let me check MCU movies. The Internals,
Mm,
and it had. Let me just see the full cast. It had Brian Tyree Henry kissing his boyfriend,
okay.
making out. That was another one, and then this is like the first one that's like going full throttle with it. So like, yeah.
Mhm.
So and
It's very
yeah, that's
for the
my
most part, it's pretty realistic.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, I have no problem with watching uh shows or seeing, small scenes. I know there's a lot of people who just have a problem with it, saying it's like probably this is woke. Of course, this is Canadian woke. This is I'm like my guy. There's probably I don't like. I know there's probably a no wait. Is there a few movies that are like LGBT LG? Sorry, my bad.
LGBTQ.
LGBTQ community type of movies. Like, but they're not in the spotlight. Like, they're not like commercialized. Because I noticed that. I noticed they're not. And they should be. They should be commercialized in a lot of ways, in my
Mm.
opinion. Right. But this this is like I feel like this is like a once in a lifetime type of show, in my opinion, because there's not a lot of these shows coming up and being popularized,
Mhm.
right? So why are people being so negative to this? Because it's from uh the gay community. So
Well, that part's not surprising, so unfortunately.
yeah, so like I just don't understand it at all. So um and are people
Yes. Afraid of what's
watching
not
watching? Yeah.
afraid of what's not considered quote unquote normal.
Yeah, because it's not the normal heterosexual type of
What's
shows,
normal?
etc.
Nothing is
That's normal.
normal.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I agree. I agree 100%. So, yeah, no, I feel like more shows should be exposed like this. Like, there should be more shows like this, right?
Mm.
So people can be more, educated, be
Well,
more
I feel
awareness,
like
and
Shonda Rhimes was kind of one of the first creators that kind of started um, putting, you know, LGBTQ plus characters in the spotlight on her shows. She all of her shows, every
mm,
show this woman has ever created, there is always um, gay
yeah,
couples involved. So, um, yeah,
yeah. What I also don't like is when the direct instead of showing, don't tell me that there's a small part that's directors, don't do this. Please don't spoil it, because what you're doing, you just put it in a lot of people's faces, and you just doing it because of just this one. You're just doing this movie or show just for this one scene. Don't do this. Don't spoil it
yeah.
for everybody, because it becomes forced. I don't like that. I want to watch it, right? It just tells me that you're just forcing that scene in just to, uh, you know, and then no, no, because there's a lot of how would I do that? And Endgame was one of those movies that that told us. I think the Russo brothers told us that there was going to be like a gay couple, and I was like, "Please stop! Don't tell me.
I
I just want
wonder
to
if
watch it."
people, if they do that because they want to forewarn people who are going to have a problem. That's what I think.
That's probably it too. But
Yeah.
like, it's just
I
it
know
seems kind of
maybe it sucks for those
forced.
who like don't tell me that, just let me see it.
Mhm.
But I think unfortunately we're still not in a place where we can just,
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
it and
yeah,
just be
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah,
I think that's part of the problem.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, um, good show. I'm going to continue to watch it, and
Okay.
yeah, I'm going to finish it and
We'll
everything
check
like that.
back
So
in next month and see what you think.
yeah,
And there's
right
going to
now it's a
be
right now it's a an 8. Right now it's 8 out of 10.
mm,
So
I mean, I
yeah.
do want to say, and have heard people talk about this part, that the writing isn't the greatest. Like the
Oh, I
script
thought I
isn't the
was the only
greatest.
one. I thought I
No,
was the
no,
only one.
no, no. The script is not
I
the
was like,
greatest.
okay, thank God. I was gonna
But,
say something about the writing, but then I
and
was
I do
like, that
think that
was
the actor who plays Shane isn't necessarily the greatest actor either. Um, I do think the actor who plays Ilya is fantastic. 'Cause y'all,
Speaks for the
he
accent.
ain't Russian.
Mhm.
He's from, well, maybe he's Russian, but he's from Texas.
Oh
He's
wow.
yeah,
Speaks,
he doesn't speak with a Russian accent.
yeah, he speaks real
He
Russian.
speaks like with an American accent. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he is Texan. So
Oh, so, I,
I do think
it,
he's an incredible actor. I think
you
him
think you think
besides
he
Shane, he
yeah
is light years.
you think
That's
he rubs on off Shane? That's why the acting. I feel like the acting's decent. The acting's decent,
um
but like in my
I don't
opinion,
know.
I
I don't
yeah
know. I can't speak to that. I don't know. I'm
I
not
thought that
saying he's
yeah
bad, but I'm just saying
yeah
he's not as
yeah
good.
yeah
I think with some practice and, maybe some acting lessons or something, he can get there. He has potential for sure. I like him. I like him as an actor. I think he's adorable. I think
hmm
the actor who plays Ilya is also so adorable. His
hmm
curls are just to die for. He's such a
hmm
cutie. Um, so yeah, like
hmm
um,
yeah. I thought I was the only one. I thought that because
no, the
like
script is horrible.
it.
Script is so
It was telling me that Shane was telling me what he was wait it was showing me he was gay and then he tells me he's gay. I'm like okay, I already know that you're gay. You just showed me, you don't need to
the thing
tell me.
is he I mean, yes, I think deep down he knows he's gay.
Mhm,
But I think initially he's trying to not be gay, if that makes sense. Like he's trying to not admit that he's gay. Because it's not until, again, I don't want to give anything away. I think this is the fourth episode.
mhm,
Um, that he it's kind of that's when who he says this to is the first time that he actually says out loud
mhm,
that he is gay. And not only that he is gay, but that he is the bottom. So,
mhm,
um, I think, that's kind of the first time he really admits it, because with
mhm,
Ilya, he he knows where he's at. Because if you hear him say he's bisexual, or if you haven't heard him say it yet, he does say it later. He does say, he's bi. I don't know if you've gotten there yet. It doesn't even matter because it's not like a huge plot point or anything because the focus is on the gay relationship that's happening here,
so
but
the
we do see him have sex with a woman. So he is bisexual, but, we kinda
yeah
see
the
Shane trying to figure himself
isn't
out.
isn't that the woman
The woman
that
that he
she's fine.
she's fine.
Yeah. The
She's
isn't that the
mixed.
brown the black
Yeah, she's, like, mixed of some
yeah,
kind,
yeah,
yeah.
she's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
She's fine. Um,
What? There's something that goes on later on. She,
like, have you
she,
seen her show up at his apartment yet?
that isn't that the first episode.
I can't remember which episode it was, but she does the first time we see her is when she shows up at his apartment. But
Oh, okay,
then we
I
do
don't
see
think
her
I've seen it.
again. She's like
I
a
don't think I've
friend of
seen it.
his. They're
Yeah,
friends
yeah.
that have sex sometimes. So
Uh-huh.
they are friends.
Mm,
Yeah. So
okay,
she is a recurring character throughout.
okay. I mean, well, I just mean the actor in general. I'm not talking about the. I'm
Uh,
talking about the
she's
character.
not memorable in that sense, but she's memorable in the sense that
Yeah,
she's a friend of his. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah. Good show so far. Yeah.
Mhm. Except for the script, that's fine.
I'm
They
sure.
would look at it
Is
better
it
in the
so?
second season.
Is the writer the guy on the show or
No,
something?
no, no, no. Usually when a book is being made into either a movie or a show,
So it's made
it's a
based on
screenwriter.
it's from A1 from the book.
What do you mean?
Like it's just copy paste from the book,
No, 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 no,
basically.
no, no, no.
Oh, okay,
They create a screenplay.
okay,
It's not
okay,
yeah, no, no, it's just they create a screenplay.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever the writer is needs to be.
Just to be figured out.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know if like, I maybe one day I'll read the book to kind of get an idea of the writer's
yeah.
capabilities, but it's kind of like the opposite of Fifty Shades of Grey. The book, the author, E.L. James,
Mhm.
horrible. She can't write for okay? She's not a good writer. But
I thought the first one was all right.
did
Isn't
you
it the
read
first?
it? Did you read the book?
No, I mean not the books. I mean the movie.
Okay, but again, remember I said screenwriting is different.
Different,
It's a
yeah.
different person who did the
Yeah,
screenwrite.
yeah. It's different.
Um,
Yeah, my bad.
right. So the actually, I think the person who wrote the screenplay
Mhm,
was, I believe, her husband, the author's husband. So I think I can't. I'd have to go back and watch like the behind the scenes, but I'm
mhm.
pretty sure that's what I remember hearing. So at least there was that. But the first movie, eh, the first movie was I. It's not like fantastic. The second one was I. But I think it was more about the atmosphere of the movie more so than the actual screenplay. But the second and third one, you would think that those books are fantastic.
Yeah.
They ain't. So,
Um,
yeah.
mm,
Anyways, that's what happens when you try to create a book
mhm,
off of
mhm,
Twilight.
mhm.
So, yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, that's it for me. I'm looking forward to there's upcoming movies that I'm looking forward. This Young Blood. Now that's based on a hockey player.
Mhm,
well, not hockey player, but a kid who's black who is in the hockey league.
mhm.
So that's going to be interesting. But that's like that movie was from TIFF. It's called Young Blood.
Okay.
So it's basically yeah, that's description that I can give you. So for now, I saw a trailer of it recently. I thought it was good. So I think it's coming in March, I believe. Let me just check that. 26 movie. Okay, yeah, it's releasing March 6th. People are saying it's rated 4. I don't care. I'm still watching it. Blair Underwood is in the movie.
Okay. Okay.
So, yeah,
My mom
it's
hates him.
really from the
Yeah, my mom hates Blair Underwood. Yeah.
the Black Diary. The is he from the Tyler Perry movie? Let me just check. Let me check his
He
name.
is. He actually he is in
Yeah,
one. I can't remember which one. But no, my mom
a
doesn't
lot of
like him.
women, a
He's
lot of women hate
he's been
him.
acting long before he was a part of those movies. My mom does not like him. Long before that.
Why? Why is that?
I don't know. He doesn't bother me. She don't like him. Whatever.
Yeah.
He's alright. He don't bother me too much.
Yeah.
Now, if you mention Terrence Howard, that's a totally different story.
Oh
My
yeah.
mom loves Terrence Howard.
Nah. He sucks. Terrence
What do you
Howard
mean
is
he sucks? I don't think he
the
sucks.
only movie that I liked him in was probably Iron Man 1 and is it Flow? Let me see. Flow, let me just check him. Check. Terrence Howard. He's a a Hustle and Flow and Get Rich or Die Trying.
I've been watching Terrence Howard for
Yeah.
the better part of my life. I do not think he sucks.
And
I
he
think you haven't
sings.
watched enough of his stuff.
No,
Maybe.
I mean he's a great. No, he's a great actor. I
Well,
mean,
then why does he suck?
as a person, he if you see his interviews, oh my god,
Okay, I see.
him as a person,
Okay,
him as an actor, great actor,
okay.
great great actor. But yeah, Young Blood is another one. Trying to see some other movies are out from the country. I think I already mentioned this on our last episode. No Other Choice. I'm
Mhm.
trying to South Korean movie. Um, I'm trying to get that, trying to watch that, but that's not available right now. But it's uh on digital. But I will rent that, and then that's probably it. I believe. Um, yeah, that's probably two movies I'm probably going to be watching. That's my probably is going to be something that pops up during March, and yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
it.
I'm probably just gonna finish up the Gordon Ramsay doc, and
Mhm,
um, I don't think I mentioned I was watching Only Murders in the Building, which I'm absolutely loving. I'm on the fourth season right now.
mhm, mhm,
So I'll probably, finish that. I don't think I'll finish that though, because me and my mom are watching that, and there's nothing else on TV. So might take us a bit. But
mhm.
finishing that, I do want to watch the new Tyler Perry movie with Joe. Joe is more of the focus than Medea. I've
Oh,
heard people
I
I've heard
heard
people
about
talk
that.
about that it's better than Medea, that maybe he should have had a movie a long time ago.
Drown. Is it called
So
Drown?
I can't remember what it's called, on the top of my head, but that's one I'll be watching. Obviously finishing up Love is Blind and um yeah.
Okay.
Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is coming back in March. I'll be watching that. I believe Bachelorette, which is also starring Tyler Frankie Paul, that is also from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Mhm.
That's coming in March. So I'm gonna be in a world of Mormonism, and I'm okay with that.
Mm.
So yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'll
Mhm.
be watching.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever. Oh,
Alright.
and
Oh,
Scream.
I gotta watch Housemaid, by the way. I have to watch that.
I see
People
it's popped up on Prime, but it's still like you
digital
still have to
rent.
rent
I'll
or
rent it.
buy it or whatever. Yeah.
I'll rent it. I'll rent it because I'm definitely not gonna
No buying it.
subscribe to.
Well, I am subscribed to Prime, um, so I don't know if I'll wait to see if it is available for
Mhm.
Prime or one of the channels that I'm subscribed to on Prime. I don't know if it will come available there, so
Uh,
I don't have to rent it, so I'll probably wait, myself, but,
yeah.
yeah, no, Scream, I'm gonna go see.
Oh, Scream.
I'm
That's
planning to
coming
go
next
see.
month.
It's dropping on the 27th,
Okay.
um, so actually, as we're listening to this tomorrow, and, I'm planning to go see it, I think, a couple of weeks after that. I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna go take myself to the movie theater, plop myself onto one of those reclining chairs, and enjoy life. That's what I'm planning to do. So I'm excited.
Supreme is another one too.
Which
That I
one?
have to know. Marty Supreme.
Don't know what that is.
That's with Timothy Chalamet.
Chalamet?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Kevin O'Leary makes his debut on
Who?
there. Kevin O'Leary.
Oh, okay. I
You,
know the name.
you,
I can't remember exactly who
you
he
don't
is, but yeah.
remember? You remember Shark Tank? Did you watch that?
No.
So you never watched Shark Tank? With
No.
Mark Cuban, all the investors that sat on the chair
Yeah,
and
that
just
wasn't
like,
really my thing.
oh, I
I maybe
actually
watched
love
like an
that show.
episode. I think I watched like an
I watched
episode, but
I watched the what's it Dragon Den. Ooh, that
well,
was
Dragon
fun.
Den's
And
the
then
Canadian version, or
Canadian one and
Canadian
then the
the American
American
one.
one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've partaken in the products that actually win. I've
Oh
partaken in
yeah,
some of the products
yeah.
that have won.
You
Dragon's
partaken?
Den.
You were there?
Yeah, there was something that I used or my mom used
Oh,
that that said like it was like the winning product on Dragon's Den. I can't
okay.
remember what the heck it was though. Eh, I can't remember, but I do remember that we used something.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Okay. All right. All right. I think
I think that's it.
that's about it. Yeah, no, that's it. That's it for me. I have nothing else to
Me neither.
talk about. All right. All right. All right. So, this is Screen Take. This is the first episode of Screen Take.
Well, not
Uh,
necessarily the first
well,
episode, just the
technically,
first
it's first,
episode with the new
first,
title.
yeah, new title. So the first, yeah. So, yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna continue with it next month, and for March, and that's it.
That's it.
That's all I have to say.
All
All
right.
right.
So we'll be
Okay.
back tomorrow with our final Black History Month episode. And yeah, I mean, this week, everyone's getting 4 episodes this week. So, working our butts off.
Mhm.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
Exactly. All right.
All right.
Peace, guys.
Bye. If you liked what you heard with our podcast, you can head on over to our website, which is solo.to/next take podcast. There you can get any of the links to any of our social media, which is Facebook, Instagram at Next Take Podcast, and Twitter, TikTok, and Blue Sky at Next Take Pod. You can also find links to our Reddit page and many other things, I'm sure. Can't remember all off the top of my head. You can also email us at mikeltanika@gmail.com. There you can send us any inquiries that you have, any questions, or also any episode ideas. And if you do have episode ideas, just make sure you put in the subject line episode ideas, and we'll add it to our list. If you also liked us, you can like us, rate us, follow us on any of your favorite podcast apps. You can rate us, however, on Spotify and Apple Podcast. We would greatly appreciate that. And we'll also move forward and share or spot a light on those who give us 5-star ratings in the future. That is it for us. We'll see you next time for the episode.